Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, Chapter 64. When we last left our heroes, we were done with Alderaan. We saw Ignia, Selene, and Diabolos' reaction to that. We learned that Diabolos is going after Selene next, with Suzaku of the Black Dragon Knights, or the Red Dragon Knights, or something like that. So all that is very exciting stuff going forward, but after that, it was kind of time to party. We'd been through a lot the past year, and we got to just kind of let it all out in a big, 3-day party. Also, there's some more mystery around Toka, as she's apparently an Exceed who is not from Ixtalia, which raises many questions that I imagine will get answered in the coming months. So yeah, all that being said, let's dive right on into Chapter 64, Aldo Spring. And our picture here is of Natsu, Gagil, Gray, Happy, and Elfman in a sauna. Gray is, of course, not doing too hot. Happy is already unconscious, which honestly kind of ties in with Eden Zero this week. This is a man's contest. Who has the strongest endurance? Is one of them breaking the rules? Because we see the Gagil has kind of already gone into his Dragon Slayer form. Or maybe it's the fact that Natsu is just immune to fire. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, we open in drameal at a public bath with Lucy, Mira, and Lisana. I never thought there'd be a huge public bath here. It's been a while since we all bathed together like this. We see Levi and Wendy as well. It feels so good, for sure. Kana is gripping her wine barrel. Anyway, about this bath. Doesn't it look like Alderaan to you? And yeah, it definitely does look like Alderaan. I think this town was built to keep an eye on Alderaan, but it looks like it's a popular tourist attraction too. That's honestly really funny that Alderaan has spent all this time, preparing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people for him to consume over the course of 300 years, and the people are just let's get our picture taken with the dragon. I just love that. But then this is Lockheed, I think. And Kinana over here. Come to think of it, there's all sorts of merch being sold. Like steamed Alderaan cakes. And Urza sighs, even if it isn't the actual dragon, it is a bit conflicting knowing the circumstances. Yeah, that's true. But Ever is just kind of relaxing. Nothing's more queenly than relaxing on top of a fallen enemy. That sounds like her. Then she turns over. Gruvia, what are you doing? And Gruvia is hiding behind the tree. It's embarrassing. Alderaan was so big, so looking at him like this, or I guess, is Gruvia embarrassed to be, is that a thing? Is that a part of Juvia's personality that I've just kind of forgotten? Because we just kind of move on to, I think this is Lucy. It's kind of hard to tell because none of them are in their clothes, obviously, and too many characters just have long white hair when drawn in black and white, but I think it's Lucy. Alderaan was so big, so looking at him like this, and just then Alderaan starts to grow? Huh? Huh? What's happening? He starts towering over Lucy. Alderaan got huge! Oh, of course. Wrong, and Brandish stomps down next to Lucy. You just got smaller. Brandish? And then Lucy picks up Brandish. You can't just do that to people. Change me back right now. Come on, how else are you gonna feel the full awe and splendor of this bath? And Urza and Wendy lights, eyes shining. That does sound like fun. Please make me smaller. And Carla looks at Wendy. You're small enough as it is. And Brandish just snaps her fingers. And everyone shrinks down. We went from a normal bath to a ginormous one. Amazing. Wasn't there a movie about this a few years ago about shrinking down? I don't know. But Lisana. But now I'm worried that we can't stand in the bath. That comes to mind because the whole it's better now that it's big. And Kana is just swimming. Look at this. Now I can drink all I want and never run out. Better yet, I can take a booze bath. Oh, she's swimming in the wine barrel. That makes sense. And Wendy looks up at the tree. The tree was just a decoration, but now it looks like a holy tree. You're just imagining things. And Lucy is like on a bar of soap. Let's go soap surfing. Yay! And Levi looks at her. You're acting like Natsu, Luchan. And then we're back with Lockheed and Kinana, and it's one of those, the like wooden things that kind of does this. In like old style Japanese homes or whatever. This Capone thingy is like a waterfall. Let's train. And then we have Ever and Urza enjoying the bubbles. Being able to float on top of these bubbles is the best. It feels quite good indeed. We see Lockheed and Lucy going down a water slide. Kana sleeping on a leaf. All of them with carefully placed bubbles, of course. And then Lucy turns over. I think it's time to change this back, Brandish. And then Brandish is gone. Oh no. And Gruvia comes out from behind the tree. She left a while ago, saying, "What a pain." And everyone, like, freezes. Huh? What will happen to our bodies? We should turn back sooner or later. Mira's like letting things go, letting things be as they are. And Urza kind of freaks out. What are you saying so leisurely? And Lucy's, we gotta find her. And now they're out of the bath, in the hallway, still very, very small, of course. This regular hallway became a huge cloister. It'd be really bad if somebody stepped on me. And then, that's Lucy, by the way, is running. And then we see Gruvia and Wendy. Did you find her, Gruvia-san? It's him, a giant Gray-sama! Of course. And Gruvia, like, runs up Gray's arm. Gray-sama? She's like an insect. That's Carla. Don't say that, Carla. And Gruvia, like, crawls up Gray's arm, and Gray notices her. What the? And he's like, because Juvia's towel falls off at the right time. And Carla kind of shuts her eyes. Here we go. Gruvia-san, your bath towel. Kya! And she covers up. And just then, Elfman comes by. What's wrong, Gray? And Gruvia crawls into Gray's mouth. Oh my god. Oh boy. And Gray just like sits there, trying not to be noticed. And Elfman asks, did you just eat a huge bug or something? And he like just shakes his head silently. What a man. Or rather, you're too punk rock. And Gruvia. Oh boy. To be inside Gray-sama's mouth. Oh my god. It's just too much. And then we cut to Levi and Gagil. And Levi's explaining everything to Gagil. And now we're looking for Brandish. That woman needs to be arrested. And then Lily looks up at them. Either way, we have a giant father and a tiny mother. Oh, because, because last chapter, you'll recall, Gagil was talking about boasting about his giant mountainness to the kid. And Gagil grins back at Levi. Looks like we've got another story to tell our kid. Oh, you. And then, so we're back with Lucy. I mean, sorry, there's just so many characters coming and going here. I have to find where I am every scene change. So someone's coming, and it's of course Natsu, who notices Natsu and Happy. You both notice the very tiny Lucy. Natsu, Happy. Oh, it's just Lucy. She looks strangely tiny. Natsu keeps looking for a moment before finally, real tiny. What happened? You're puny. And Lucy rails, it's all Brandish's fault. I'm looking for her. And Natsu is like blushing and like grinning like a prankster. Could you please stop thinking about pranks? You've got a good nose, so track Brandish down. Yeah, but she's not from our guild. And didn't she just come out of the bath? And Happy, who is like centimeters away from her, when people come out of a bath, their scent disappears. I'll take your word for it, and you're way too close. Does Natsu's, but she's not from our guild, imply that not being from the guild means he can't track her? Because that just doesn't seem true. He's definitely tracked people who weren't guild members before. That's There is no way he has not done that. Anyway, looks like we'll have to find her the old-fashioned way. Natsu asks her, dressed like that? It's not like I want to. My clothes are too big for me like this. Besides, no one will notice me when I'm this small. Got it. The two of them head out to find Brandish in drameal. With Lucy now hanging out on Natsu's head. So, where do we find her in a town this big? Lucy thinks, maybe the sweet shop? Easy enough. And there she is! That was fast! Yeah, they just already fucking found her. Change me back right this instant. Ah, I forgot. Sorry about that. And she snaps her fingers. Wait, here? Don't, now's not, and because she's still on Natsu's head and in the bath towel. And yep, she regrows right on top of Natsu. Is Gruvia still inside Gray's mouth? That just popped into my head. Oh my god. Kya! And she lands on Natsu. And Natsu's just, your butt. And everyone, all of the, lecherous townspeople, are like looking at her. No! And Brandish offers her a scoop of ice cream. Want some? And yeah, everyone changes back right then. We changed back. Why is Carlo wearing a bath towel? She's a cat. I don't know, not gonna think about it. And Wendy kind of like covers up, eek. And we see Mira and Lisana. I wonder if they wanted to stop here. Lisana, don't look at us! And Wakaba and Makao being creeps. Woo! And yep, Julia was still in Gray's mouth, and Gray spits her out because thank God that she's made of water. And I think Elfin still thought that Gray had swallowed a bug. That's gross. Wait, and then he sees Juvia falling out of her mouth. A naked Ursa pops up right next to Jalal. And then, so Natsu is giving Lucy his coat. And Lucy is mad at Brandish. Jeez, could you stop doing that? I said I'm sorry. I'm already heading out. I'm hunting for the next rare sweets. And Lucy snaps at her. Your goal's totally changed. Because as you recall, she's looking for Aquarius. Kidding. It hasn't changed one bit. You know what belongs to me. I'm not giving Aquarius to anyone. Especially not to you. And Lucy looks at her. I know. That's why I'm not gonna lose. And the two of them stare each other down, determination in their eyes. And Happy's just, I'm getting good vibes from those two. And Natsu pauses for a moment. Hold on a sec. And Brandish turns back. Make my head big again. And Lucy stops him. Quit it! And then we go back to the inn, where Toka and the White Wizard are still sleeping. And the White Wizard wakes up. And Warren, oh crap, she's awake. And Max, right when Natsu and Wendy aren't here. What do we do? What do we do? Just be ready for her. The White Wizard sits up. We see, darkness emanating from her. Elantir has swallowed the moon. She's crying. The white. There's not enough white. And Warren, Max, Jet, and Droy are all confused. To be continued next time. Okay. Let's talk about the first 19 pages before we talk about the ending, because there's not a whole lot to get to with the ending. There's actually a little bit I can start to theorize just from that one scene that I'll get to in a moment. But the first part is just funny. It manages to not be it's not even really fan service heavy at all. Or this doesn't feel like it. And that never feels like even in the shrunken bath scenes when the only thing, covering the girls is a bit of bubbles around their nipples. It never feels voyeuristic in the way that fan service normally feels. It never feels like we're getting, a boob shot or something. Here on page 8 with Lucy and Levi sliding down the water and Kana sleeping on the leaf. It's, distant, it's removed, it's not exactly, some of Mashima's worst moments. They're just very kind of creepy. But there's just some great gags here. The best, of course, is Gray spitting out Gruvia is one of the best images. One of the best concepts the series has ever given us. I'm also a little curious what Urza was gonna do with Jalal. We don't actually see what was going on over there, so we don't actually get that interaction, which is kind of a shame, I feel. But whatevs. And then we have this moment of like restating their purpose between Brandish and Lucy, which is nice. I'm hoping like both in the Mercphobia arc and in the Alderaan arc, Brandish just kind of showed up at the right moment, helped out a little bit, and then left again, as we're seeing here. I'm hoping that at some point before the series ends, this quest for Aquarius takes center stage. I'm not particularly... Like, I could go either way as to who wins the quest, but I do want there to be... I imagine it would have to, at some point, become the focus for at least a little while of, you know, where's Aquarius' key? How do they get Aquarius' key? Brandish and Lucy having to accept that only one of them can have the key. Unless Brandish and Lucy just get married, that's one way to resolve it. And then, yeah, we have these last 2 pages. And the one thing I can say here, are we going towards some kind of White Wizard redemption arc? Like, the way she wakes up, sweating, freaking out, that seemed like the early stages of maybe she's not so bad. I'm curious what Elantir has swallowed the moon means? Maybe, because we know Diabolos is heading towards Selene, the moon dragon, right? So maybe... I don't know. Elantir doesn't seem to track with anyone in Diabolos, so I can't really tell who it could be, but it could be someone for all we know. I don't know. There's a lot of mystery going on there. I mean, don't forget we still have the what is Toka exactly mystery going on. So there's still plenty. I was thinking, you know, after post Alderaan, the White Wizard would kind of exit stage left. But it looks like there is still plenty to mine from that plotline, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I know I felt like there was a lot of... People didn't really care for the White Wizard plotline at the beginning, especially Mercphobia, but I really liked it. It was one of my favorite parts of the early parts of the series. So I'm hoping we get more goodness from there. But yeah, it's kind of all I have to say for this chapter. It's pretty simple, but it was a lot of fun. So I hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!